Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Triforce Hacks podcast. This is episode 22, and today we're going to be talking all about the mid-set tournament. Before that, I'm your host, Bussy Appies. I'm joined by my co-host, Remkev.
Hello. I didn't count down today. It was sad.
That's why it went off without a hitch.
And Jirachi.
Sad.
I'm so tired, but hi.
Yeah, we've changed our setup a bit. There's a little podcast behind the scenes. We've changed our setup a bit, and now so Mateo, our producer, is doing all the magic with scene switching and stuff, and counting us down. So he could be whispering sweet nothings in our ear right now, and no one will be able to hear him, which is kind of cool. So he counted us down. It was a cool new revolution in podcast technology for us. Anyway,
new revolution in podcast technology. Having a producer who produces. Who would have guessed?
It's pants grab.
Sure.
how are your weeks? We can just start off how we always do. And you want to go first, Kevin?
Uneventful. I did nothing. I played PvE for one day, and then I got locked out the next day.
Wait, how'd you get locked out?
Oh, it was down for a day, right?
PvE was mad buggy yesterday. They had it up. You would load into a game and be like, you can't actually play this game. And then it would kick you out. And then you'd get into lobbies, and then it would not work. And then it was on and off, and it was real bad. And talent ability didn't work. Big sad.
What?
Just in general, like not just the debonair or
like the
VIP
bleed didn't work. It just didn't work.
Yeah, this is why I just don't play PvE for the first week. It just sounds like too much and so buggy all the time.
No, because if you didn't play you could. Man, anybody who didn't play the first 2 days of PvE will never be able to play the broken version of VIP brand. What a unit.
Wait, they already nerf it?
They already nerfed it.
Oh man, that was quick. That was mad quick.
I mean,
holy.
That unit is better than Malzahar.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He was better because basically the VIP lets you hit second row. Or no, hits the furthest unit, so he fires 2 fireballs. First one hits front, second one hits furthest unit away from him. So if you ever play front to back, Brand kills your back line for free.
Wait, is he a 1 cost or a 2 cost? Is he a reprint of? Oh, so he's not a reprint of last set's Brand.
He's just like he throws a fireball. It does some damage. There's no burn involved, so it's just a.
Oh, it was just I see.
Oh.
Oh, love tap.
Huh.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll find that out when I inevitably read all the set 6.5 new champion abilities, which I haven't done yet. It's fine.
I don't know if there's some big
theory crafting. I got some spicy comps in the works.
Oh,
Husham?
excited. I think if Kevin says he has a spicy comp, it's got to be like real fucking spicy.
Nah, this one is semi-reasonable. I think that when people think about it, it makes a lot of sense. It's Dark Star Silco, by the way.
Oh shit! Oh, because he just blows everyone up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about the next set a lot next week, but
yeah, that'll be next week.
That's exciting. After Kevin's fully limit tested Kamikaze Silco. How's your week been, Jirachi?
I'm tired. That's how my week's been. I woke up at like 6. Well, okay, I actually woke up at like 12 today, but it just wasn't enough. I got lunch and then I fell asleep for another like 4 hours. So that's a pretty good indication of how my week's going.
That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, I've been kind of the same this week. My week's been weird. I've been like doing a lot of limit testing for mid set, but I've also ran it down like 300 or 400 LP, and I've been.
Have we all just ran it down?
It's been coming up, and today I just I climbed a bunch. I did a short stream today because I had a bad headache earlier, but it's been a weird week. It's been like limit testing and trying to get out of that mindset. So like in a tournament game, I'm not like, oh shit, I want to try playing a Lowy 3 from this spot and see how it goes. because it's really hard to stop thinking like
No.
that.
Just don't play
Uh,
Lally 3.
Yeah, that's the goal. I won't have any. I did play a game of Vi Roll today to a first, which was pretty fun. Vi Roll, low key. I maybe I'll put it on mid set if the opening's good enough. That shit
Well,
slaps.
I don't know why more people haven't pulled that out. Vi reroll actually sounds like kind of good.
It's like a
Yeah,
one in a
Vi Roll
million
isn't bad.
opener. I feel.
I mean,
like-
it's
If
not,
you want to go first,
that's
with
something
it.
you hard force, but if like you get into it, then it sounds pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
don't
good. I think it's really strict because you need like a really early blue buff and a really early Vi 2 to like make it.
Yeah,
work
I
at
don't
all.
think
Yeah.
that comp is something that you can play from like behind. It's
Yeah,
Oh, no,
it'd be-
not one
absolutely.
of those like reroll open like Sins you can kind of play
Nope.
from behind, but Vi,
Nope.
if you don't have it early, you can't just feel like it's time to play. I have one Vi. It's time to play Vi.
Yeah. I think
I have
the
no
gameplay-
Vi's, it's a Vi angle.
The gameplay of it today had Vi 2 on 2-5 with blue buff. I had Rabadon's JG on 3-1, and I was playing Wind Streak
Oh.
Burst. I was getting 4 gold like every turn because I kept double rolling like the big dice. So it was a really high roll Vi game.
That sounds lit, actually. Also, okay, has just the podcast collectively ran it down in the past week? Because I ran it down on stream yesterday because I just gave up on life. I was just like, I don't care about this set. I just want my one last day of fun. And I ran it down to like 600, and now I'm just decaying. So,
Yeah, I still run it down kind of. LP doesn't really matter anymore. So
I mean, yeah,
everything gets reset in a week anyways. I think everyone's just having fun. But
yeah.
yeah,
Run
I'll
it
wait
down.
to PB.
Yeah, I ran it down 500 LP after Zon Cup. So
Oh, shit.
basically, what
Ouch.
happened was after I got eliminated, I rage queued, and I ran it up 200 LP because I was so pissed. And then the day
Oh, shit.
after, I got like really depressed, and then I ran it down 500 LP in
Oh.
like
I see.
6 games.
That'll do it.
And yeah, I went from 1600 straight down to 900 LP over the
Oh,
course of
God.
2 days.
Oh god, and
Wait, you almost-
queuing is
you
always.
You almost passed me in the wrong direction. Oh no.
Yeah, but it's fine. And then played normally, went back up to 1400.
What the
The
fuck?
yeah.
LP into
How the
6 doesn't
fuck?
matter anyways.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, LP really
we're on the
doesn't
cusp
matter.
of. We're on the cusp of 6.5, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
I've also decided,
Hope you-
like, I know, like, when Bryce was on, he had this whole spiel about how he has to hit Challenger, like, once per set or something, just in order to tell people, hey, I can still hit Challenger, I know what I'm talking about, even though realistically it doesn't matter. And I was thinking, okay, sure, same. I would also kind of like to end Challenger. So I was trying to end Challenger and it just wasn't really happening. I'm just like, you know what? Who cares? I've also already hit Challenger this set. So like ending Challenger is really just about the like row of C's on Lol Chest now. That's literally it. And also, really, who cares? Like everyone, I was actually talking to Robin's chat about this. Like, does it actually matter for me to end Challenger? And everyone was like, everyone in this chat knows you're good and respects your opinion. It doesn't matter what the rank is next to your name. Like we all know you're a good player and that you're knowledgeable. And I'm just like, okay, that does it. I'm decaying. I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
So.
I think if you're like an up and coming streamer or like trying to get into terms and stuff, it matters. But like if you're like established and
Yeah.
people know you're good at the game, and you, especially if you're not like not like competing in tournaments and stuff. It's sad that like people will look at an official broadcast or TFT and say, "Oh, the casters. I'm not listening to the casters and watch the other broadcast because the casters know what they're talking about." When they're all good players, anyways. That's annoying. That like getting challengers helps with that whole conversation, but it really shouldn't have to.
Half of us are challenger players on the broadcast. Like me, Bryce, Frodan, Keen have all like been challenger pretty much every set. Wolfie is, I don't even know what Wolfie is really up to with rank.
Challenger
But, like
before,
he's
right?
he's been challenger
been
before. He's
challenger
still really
before.
good. Admirable has been at least grandmaster. I feel like he's hit challenger before. So like all of us are challenger players, basically. Like literally the odd one out is Doa. And Doa's just like absolute legend in casting that like
Yeah,
I couldn't
Doa's
give less
Doa.
of a shit. It's if you're trying to nitpick Doa, like what the fuck is wrong with you? That's
I
Come
could
on.
listen to Doa talk about literally anything and just be convinced he's the best in the world at it.
yes.
There's you can't really. Anyways,
I literally tweeted about this earlier too. Like, listen to the main broadcast, even if you want to watch your favorite streamer, which I think like a lot of the community has that problem with main broadcast, anyways. They see the main broadcast and they're like, well, they're not showing Soju. If I just want to watch Soju, I might as well go watch Soju. But like, open the main broadcast and just listen to us. Seriously, we have a lot of good shit to say. This isn't coming from like just me, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm always right. Listen to me. I'm telling y'all to do this for mid-set, and I'm not even on the broadcast for mid-set. Like, listen to them. They have a lot of good shit to say. They know what they're talking about.
yeah. I guess the TLDR is that LP matters to a degree. Like you want to obviously, especially if you're like a more casual player, or like you're trying to hit like certain rank, it feels good to get that, and it does like certain LPs required for like tournaments and just like getting a base level of recognition in the tournament if you are trying to do the whole streaming thing or just be content creator in the scene. But it doesn't mean a lot at the top level.
Yeah.
Copium. Saying that is something lost under this week.
LP is a fake number, Copium.
Anyways, so the topic of the week. This weekend will mark the your camera is bad tilted, Kevin.
Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up.
For everyone who's listening to this on Spotify and can't see anything, by the way, Rampkev's webcam is in an interesting position. Not that interesting, but interesting.
It's on a merry-go-round.
Everyone knows now.
Like at a perfect. If this is like 90 degrees, it's like at 85 to 80.
If anyone's ever watched
moving around,
if ever watched Demon, early episodes like that, and then the house like tilts.
yeah,
That's Kevin's in right now. Just keeps moving around. Anyways, yeah. So this weekend is the mid-set tournament. Is the last tournament of set 6, base set 6, because 6.5 is 2 weeks out now, and we'll talk about that next week. But this is the last big showing for a lot of players. There's 32 players who qualified in a lot of different ways. You could have qualified from Piltover Cup, Zon Cup, Challenger Series, or just qualifier points. And it's going to be a 3-day event. It starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. EST. And it'll be interesting to watch. There's a lot of unknown names, not necessarily unknown, but lesser known names in it. And yeah, I'm curious. What are your let's start, Josh. What are your thoughts on how this is going to pan out? I think there's gonna be a lot of big upsets, or
there's a lot of big names that are here and quite a number that are missing. As the very first thing that sticks out. I'm just okay, like
agreed.
Milk. Well, really, the one is like, where's Milk? Milk is not here. That is already like okay. That's a big name that's gone. But
the big four, I think, are like Milk, Ramkev, Kyun, and GV8 Goose.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah. Those four being gone definitely hurts the strength of the field. I mean, that being said, it's still like it's still pretty stacked. Like besides those four, basically every other big name that should be here is here. So it's I don't know. There's a lot going on. There's 32 players.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess what we can do to try to organize this a little bit more is we can just go day to day. So what is the format on day one? It's actually I'm playing, so I should know, but I don't.
It's 6 games. Lobbies rotate every 2, and it cuts to 16 after day 1. Which I'll say I kind of love that compared to how it was in the previous other like 32-person tournaments for set 4 regionals and set 5 mid set, which was also 32. They did 4 days and it cuts to 24 then 16. I'm a big fan of just cutting directly to 16 because then you actually have to play well to advance to the round of 16. Like before, when it was cut to 24, like you had to average like a fifth, like less than a fifth to make round of 24, and then around the fifth to make round of 16. You did
Was it
like
more games or just?
it was the, oh, it's the same number of games.
Or
It's
was it
just-
5? It was 6 per
No,
day,
it was still
right?
6 games per day. It was just that the number you weren't doing a like 50% cut until day 3 to day 4. So you didn't have to play like as well on the first couple days.
Oh, because there were 4 days. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, because it was 4 days total
Right,
instead of
right,
3. Yeah. Which I'm actually a big fan of.
I
Like
enjoyed it though, because like, I'm not gonna lie. During regionals, it felt kind of chill to go from days 1 to 2 to 3 to 4.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
like,
here's the thing, it's regional. Should it be chill?
ah,
I think
probably
bigger
not.
sample size is always nice. But
Yeah, bigger sample size is always nice because, like, you could
Yeah.
pop off, like, if you remember, like, you could pop off one day and like tank the other day. So for example, the one that comes to mind is Solus won day 2, right? Had the highest scores playing Fortune basically
yeah.
every game, and then he just tanked day 3, right? And
Yeah.
right.
that's the thing. It's if you pop off one day, but tank the other day, it's like basically a lack of consistency. Whereas, it's just like less days. You pop off, you get
That's true.
get to move on.
Yeah, I think a format that lets you go through if you're like top 5 is it's just gonna be a lot better consistency than it's format that lets you go through if you're top 4. Just because how the point system works out as well, like the gap between 5th and 4th. And I don't know. I mean, I don't dislike the format of mid-set. I guess 32 to 16 to 8, right, is what it is. So
Yeah, it's still like a fine number to sort of go with.
But
I think
4 regionals were a good number, I think.
Yeah, set 4, I don't know. Even like having played in set 4 regionals, and I got boosted by that. The more generous cutoff, basically. Like I wouldn't have made a 50% cut on either day 2, going to day 2 or day 3. Should I have made it through to either of those days realistically with how I played? Like some of the players who make it through with how they play, Otter Bear. Should we really have gone through? Probably not. I'm gonna be blaming myself and Otter Bear for the end of time. Don't worry about it.
I actually have never watched those.
Otter
VODs,
Bear,
so-
man.
Yeah. Smoge.
Why are we blaming Otter Bear? Otter, like during regionals, Otter Bear would come into my chat and be like, "Hey, we got this. It was great."
Oh,
Otter
Bear.
Otter Bear is a chill dude. Just you've gotten to day 3 of regionals. No flame? Question mark.
we should do like a where are they now one time.
Oh my
for, like,
God,
all
we
the
should.
People who were in like big regionals or like big events and then are nowhere to be seen in the scene now. Because what's Otter Bear up to? Kind of total tangent, but
I haven't seen Otter Bear in a hot minute.
yeah.
Hold on. Let me do a quick lol chess.
I'm curious. Quick little trip here to Otter Bear Land.
Okay, he
Just
ended
on the
at
back of the
5 Diamond 2, having ran it down from Masters and has been steady Masters since then.
Huh.
Ish.
Maybe we
Yeah.
shouldn't do the retro, the where are they now?
What, you want to do a retro?
We can
You
all
want to do a
do
retrospective
flame.
of Flightsy?
We can bring up that Esha video where he feeds the golden egg to his
Yeah.
pumpkin.
Oh my god.
Talking about that next week for sure.
Yeah.
Where are they now? Yeah, the World's now feeding, now selling the, yeah. No, not because like they're bad now, but like they're gonna get flamed for sure if they're like, yeah. Anyways, I think it is interesting to note that going into this tournament, I mean, we talked about it already. There are a lot of names that are missing, but there are again a lot of new names or newer names coming up, right? That we haven't seen
Yes.
historically in the past sets. I think some of the big names are like Asa, Dish Soap is a big one who's been doing really well in ladder in a tournament. Ikapi Keen is here, who has been a ladder player for a long time, but I don't think has been on many people's radars as of yet. And there are some other names as well. I don't have the list in front of me, but there are definitely some other names kicking around there that have not been in.
Oh my
Totally
goodness! What just
changed my
happened?
scene.
Yeah,
I'm
he just
definitely
did
gonna
a
leave.
transition. Oh god.
Yeah, for anyone who can't
Uh,
see everyone who's listening, I accidentally scene transitioned into the overlay I'm at when I'm in queue because I clicked on my league client and auto transitions. But ignoring that, what are Josh? Do you have the list of players up? Because I'm curious what
yeah,
the
I
other
do.
names are.
I'm. It's a lot to list them all out right now, but I do think, like you said, yeah, the biggest story of this is all the up and comers we have. Um, like there's a good number of established names, but there's so many new names that are really looking to establish themselves as like the next round of like big talent. Like you, Asa, Ikapi Keen, Covenel, Broccoli, Casper, Dish Soap. Who else am I missing? Noster,
Triple
Yubin,
eights as well.
Triple Eight.
I remember Gangly did a
Yeah.
video where he was really looking at triple eights as an, or maybe it was Gashi did that video. Someone was talking about triple eights.
Gangly
Maybe two
did.
people talk about triple eights.
Gangly's big on the Triple H train, which I need to figure out why, because I have not watched any of Triple H.
Yeah, I
Yes.
haven't either. I Noster as well. Getting I mean, Noster's been historically done well in a lot of tournaments, but Nikki often hasn't made it like the last day, for example, in open bracket tournaments, and then he's definitely won fight nights before, or not fight nights, Challenger Series. I think he's won fight nights as well. He's done well in these smaller scale tournaments, but has never had this big barrier performance.
Yeah.
He had at Zonka.
He's actually
tournament.
tied with Jose for the most number of fight nights won.
That's
So
it.
like he does well there. He in set 4 he had some really good results. He won a Challenger Series. He got second in the one before that. I think
I beat Noster in that one. It was great.
he was definitely struggling a little bit with the open brackets. He hadn't made final day of one actually until Zon Cup, and also kind of kept getting fucked over by tiebreaker.
Yeah, I was on the other end of one of those tiebreakers.
That's his thing. I'm pretty sure he's actually lost tiebreaker all 3 open brackets before Zon.
Open bracket tiebreakers are heartbreakers as well.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, I won one in Builder Cup versus Noster and one in Zon Cup versus Inico. Like it's hard to say I feel bad because I won the tiebreaker, and it's like a shitty thing to say that I feel bad after, but I felt really bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds VM to say I feel bad, but it's tough.
He is also one of
Tiebreakers
those
tough.
players that like has historically good ladder performance. Like he's hit rank 1 a couple times. He's been up in like top 10 multiple times before. Like I don't think he's quite at like I am at the very top. I am among the super established names yet. I think a good performance here, he can start getting there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, and that's the kind of story for a lot of people, right? Is that there are a lot of people who are not these established, like top 10, top 15 players that are in this tournament and could make a name for themselves here, right? There's a PR release recently, and a lot of these players are not on that, which is really exciting. It's very, very exciting because there's just going to be more results to pull from. I think Dish Soap is someone who I'm going to be looking at in particular because I'm really curious how well they're going to do just like in this tournament, just the rest of the set as well. I guess 6.5 is a different set, but the rest of the 6 and 6.5 is I almost say conglomerate. I don't think that's the way to put that. It's like a grouping of sets. I'm excited to see how they do the rest of set 6 because they've been doing really well in ladder again. They've had some good tournament results, and I haven't watched their play a lot, but they're definitely like on a lot of people's radar right now. And this is gonna be a big tournament for them to see like if they can really cement that and like say like I deserve to be on your radar, you know?
I think a lot of players, even within the up and comers, there's kind of like 2 categories. You have players that are on the cusp of establishing themselves like fully, and I mean it's really like Appy's Asa and probably like Dish Soap Casper as well, and Broccoli. I think like those are the 5 that I look at. I'm like, you five are on the brink of like really establishing yourselves. A good, really solid performance here, like top 4 moving on to regionals. I think that does it for establishing yourself as I am a tournament name to like really consider. For everyone else, it's like even if they get that top 4 performance, I don't think that establishes themselves, but it definitely like puts them on that path and like and it gets them a lot of progress there, which and kind of puts them at the level that U5 are at now. So you kind even within the up and comers, you kind of have 2 tiers, but there's just a lot of new talent in the game right now. And it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's super exciting. Competitive TFT is a sight to behold right now for a lot of different reasons.
It really
Some
is.
good, some bad. Yeah. So it's 32-16 and then 8. We can we can talk about this now if you two want. Do you want to talk about who we think is going to get the regional spots?
Oh Lord.
I mean, obviously it's hard to ever say like. I think Asa put this really well in that like you can't say one person's guaranteed to get one or anything, but you say someone has like a 21% chance compared to someone else's like 20% chance, right? Depending on skill level at the top level.
I'm gonna make one of my predictions right now before I even think about the rest, and I'm straight up saying Appies gets the top 4, makes it to regionals, and alongside that prediction, I'm calling it right now. Appies is going to be one of our world's reps.
Bryce said that too. That's a lot of pressure.
I'm calling that right the fuck now. No pressure, just straight up. I straight up think that 2 of the world's reps are going to be Ramblin' and Appies, and I think the 3rd is totally up in the air.
I can't like comment on it because I can say how I'm feeling. I'm always very nervous for tournaments and stuff, so I'm not gonna say I'm gonna perform super well or super poorly. I'll just it's weird because I don't know if I like having expectations on me or not. Because like obviously pressure to perform can be tough, but I think I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm just gonna have fun with the game, and if I do well, cool. If I don't, then like whatever. Essentially, but yeah, I think I definitely think Ramblin' is gonna be top 4. We did some scrims yesterday. And I keep saying scrims, but I guess in-houses are kind of scrims with set players, and Ramblin' was like 2-2-2-2. Something like that.
Okay, if Ramblin's in good form, then that's an absurdly good sign because he's been having a rough couple weeks. If anyone's peeked at his Twitter, there's a lot of personal stuff going on, and he's sick. So if he's playing well in scrims on top of that, then okay, Ramblin' is gonna tear some shit up. Spoiler, Ramblin' is still one of, if not the best players in the server. So
I think
probably tearing shit up.
I think Stocks is probably gonna win.
I do too, actually.
I could see
that's my prediction. So I actually played in a few in-houses yesterday. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but I went 1-2-2-4.
Oh,
kind of like my day 1 scores in Zon Cup. But lacking a bot 5, that'll send you out. So, but I think in those logs, I actually didn't really feel that much pressure. So the way that I like to assess players, if I'm not watching them, if they're in my game, is like how much pressure I feel from them in the game. And I didn't really get anything from any of the other players in the lobby besides Socks. And so just based off of that, obviously there are a lot of players missing in those in-houses. Like I assume that, like, for example, I mean, if Kurum is playing well, he can do something similar. Setsuko, for example, Spencer, but the only one that is really feeling any kind of pressure coming out of them was from Socks. And I think like just his sort of outlook on the game is pretty good right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm watching some of his streams, for sure. Were they all mid-set players in in-houses?
They were mostly. It was probably like 7 out of 8. I would say is mid-set. I didn't even realize it until the end, but now that I look at the list of players, I realize that they were mid-set players. So.
It was
Yeah.
mid-set players and then should be mid-set player.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's sort of the thing. Is like if you can kind of, I'm not saying that it's a guaranteed thing, but I'd be willing to put over 50% odds that he top fours.
Yeah, I could see it. I've been watching
Yeah.
his streams the last couple days, and he's ready to grind again. He's definitely ready to grind again. Um, he's also been playing a lot of Ant Game, which is like this it's like an ant farm simulator or something like
Oh.
that. I was watching right before before the podcast actually, but yeah, I think him, Ramblin', they're both really in good form right now. Just from, I mean, I played like one lobby with the Sox yesterday in the middle of the day. It wasn't with Kevin, but actually, I think he might have been in all four. I played 4 games yesterday in the middle of the day. And I think Sox wasn't all of them, and he's definitely getting adjusted to things, I think, but when he's in the mindset to do well, like he's a grinder, and stuff will just click for him pretty quickly. So I can see Sox doing super well.
I do kind of like that. Also, that's a super good general metric of just how good a player is going to be in a tournament setting. Just how much pressure do they put on the lobby, and that can take so many forms. Like, do they just destroy everyone early, or does just them existing in the lobby, even at like 40 HP on 3-5, you already know like they're going to spike back insanely hard and pressure the lobby that way. Whatever form that pressure comes from, that is a pretty good metric, and I do think that is going to be kind of what defines this tournament, because the field is strong, but it's not like top to bottom absurd in the way that like regionals normally is, because you do kind of have like, it's not everyone in the field is like a top tournament player. You have a number of people who are good tournament players, but they're not the top. Let's just be honest. So having them in the lobby, you're not going to be feeling pressure necessarily from them. They're going to be the ones pressured, and therefore probably going to do worse. So it's, if you have a player who does put pressure on the lobby in that way, like Sox does, he's just always strong at every point in the game, then that's going to do a lot to limit the chances of everyone else to move on, and also boost the chances of that player to move on. So
Yeah.
I totally agree on Sox. I think my calls on the 4 are probably Ramblin', Appies, Sox, and Spencer. Spencer's been kind of tearing it up recently.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot. He's been streaming a lot recently, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On the pressure thing, I think they're like a good kind of scale from like 0 to 100 on, not 0 to 100 necessarily, from like there are two different like two extreme examples of the pressures, like Sox versus like Milk, where Milk's like 1 HP, but he's putting so much pressure on the lobby because like the whole game he's just so far ahead economy wise that you're like, oh shit, if he gets to 1 HP, he is not dead. He is top 4 from like 10 HP every time, no matter what. And then you're like, oh shit. And you just get taxed every round after like 4 or 5, whenever you play. And then the Sox is just like 100 HP playing super strong board the entire game. You're like, okay, I'm getting smushed. You're getting like smushed between like Sox is like the top bun of the burger, and Milk is like the bottom bun of the burger, right? And you're just going,
you know who
the patty.
The fuck? Okay, let's just assume this is a Big Mac. You have Sox the top bun, you have Milk as the bottom bun, and you have Pocky as the middle bun. I'm not.
Yeah, Pocky's mid game is Pocky's. Is he in mid set? He is, right?
Pocky is in mid set. I think he's also the literal only player I've ever seen where I think his pure comfort zone and where he puts pressure on the lobby is middle of the pack HP, which is so weird to say, but like, just from he's the only player I've really gotten to VOD reviewing for Zon, because I've been kind of like taking it easy. I thought I was gonna like go super ham on VOD reviews, and I was like, oh fuck, I've been putting in so much work. I need a break. I also have school, so I've just VOD reviewed Pocky. But the way like his mid to late game is just so absurd that. And just give him third item pick on carousel, and he can run away with that, and put him on super low, and he's not gonna be super comfortable bringing it all the way back. It's not like he can't, but him being middle of the pack is Like it is his comfort zone in HP, and that is how he puts pressure on the lobby. So, like I said, middle bun in the fucking
Yeah.
TFT lobby, Big Mac.
And everyone else is just the patties. Yeah. I do want to talk a bit about Asa. So Asa he's entering a fight night tonight. And then he entered a fight night the other week too. But he won the Challenger Series. He won a fight night last week, I think. And then he went close to first. He almost got first in his lobby in Zon Cup, like very, very close. I think it was all up to the last game, basically. Because that was the lobby that Robin won.
Yeah.
And he's just been tearing it up. I've been watching his stream too. He also, quick side note about Asa, he makes some really good educational content. He did a thing about a lot of math behind items recently on YouTube, and it was a really good watch. So if you're interested, check out his YouTube. But yeah, he's been popping off in tournament. What do we think?
Dude,
What do you think about Asa?
I didn't put Asa in my 4. I would not be surprised at all if he makes it to regionals.
No,
I think
me either.
there's a solid 8 players
Coming up.
that I expect, quote unquote, to make final day. And if any of them make final day, they have a shot at regionals, just straight up. Like, their shot at regionals probably becomes more than 50-50. So,
Yeah.
and Ace is definitely in there. Yeah. What?
He's like the innovator whisperer
Yeah,
right
I
now.
know. Yeah. Which
He
actually,
has Dragon
him
on.
talking about Shroud actually, and how like Shroud on tanks is better for dodge, like mathematically better for dodge chance. I'm just sitting here thinking, haven't we? I know you're pointing this out because everyone forgets about this, but haven't we known this since set 3? When we were
Isn't that
doing
like when
Shroud
they
on
put
Nico?
Trap Claw on tanks?
Yeah,
It was-
yeah. Remember,
it
like
was like-
Dodge Shroud, or
it
Trap
was-
Claw, Shroud, QSS Mech.
Yeah, that like dodge tanks. Like,
Yeah.
we've known this for a while. I think just everyone's forgotten because you never really see Shroud on the main tank, just so people can position that tank. But like Shroud's a tank item, so
I feel like I can't remember more upsetting matchups than like no RFC Vayne into Dodge Mech or Dodge Nico. Like Protector Nico. Those are like,
You just need 3 GSs, 3
Yeah.
giant slayers.
you need
Then
3
one
giant
gets
slayers in
pop.
order
Yeah,
to just have
true.
all your attacks get dodged.
when auto gets through, they just pop.
Fine, it's fine.
I love
Maybe
3.
3 giant slayers. Come on now, let's be serious. If you're not doing 3 giant slayers, you're trolling.
I say no RFC Vayne. Not like anyone ever really built RFC on Vayne. Like you could, right? But it wasn't like a go-to. But man, I feel like it just felt so bad watching a Nico just like have not Iniko the player or Iniko the player, a Nico dodge every single Vayne auto and then get hit by one and then just use Protector Shield and basically be full HP and then it just all happens over and over and over again. That shit was tilting.
Oh, you know what I
It was
miss?
so tilting.
I miss Nidalee. Oh, what a unit! What a fantastic unit Nidalee was.
Oh yeah, set 5 then dodge chance.
Set 5 Nidalee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crying, shitting,
So-
and throwing up, and in all the worst ways.
I have this fantastic clip of Nidalee dodging like 5 Nocturne autos in a row. It was hilarious. It was a Nidalee one, I'm pretty sure.
I think I was there when that clip happened. I was definitely. I think I was in your chat.
Yeah.
So speaking of metas, dodge metas and dodge meta hopefully never comes back, and hopefully
Same.
Nidalee never comes back. Not that she was really a meta herself, but what do we think about the meta for mid set? What are we feeling about set 6's the patch we're on right now?
How much has the patch even changed anything? Is my question.
The Colossus augment.
Oh,
Well,
my
okay,
goodness.
besides armor
What
plating
changed?
not working,
Armor
yeah.
plating.
Thinking
broken.
about thinking about this. I have so much spicy tech that I could have. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. I wonder how many people in mid set have actually played reroll Yordles.
Frodan thinks we might see it.
It's good. I think they got 3
Oh,
on
I
ladder the other
played it
day.
yesterday. Yeah, it's actually
If
pretty
you
good.
don't play reroll Yordles, you're actually trolling, right?
It's
Okay,
so
but
good
you
one.
forced
Yeah, it can be so good.
I'm pretty sure you're trolling.
Okay, I literally my Yordles game last night. I rolled 3 times on 2-1 to find a 1 cost for Yordles, just to have it on 2-1, and it was worth it. I mean, I got 6, but that wasn't because I rolled 3 times on 2-1.
Yeah.
I don't think I've placed
Um,
like lower than 5th with reroll Yordles. That comp is like
If you play it from the right spot, it's disgusting. Like once you hit everything, you don't lose a round ever again.
I think there's a lot of reroll comps that can do that, actually. Like, it's not necessarily forcing them, but if you play them from the right spot, then they're pretty disgusting.
You know what I think is actually really bad right now? And I know Kevin's going to be sad about this and probably disagrees. I think Twitch is really bad right now because Innovator's really good and Heimer just blows them up constantly.
big disagree. Big
Yeah.
disagree.
I figured you disagree. We can talk about it.
Which one did you say blows him up?
Heimer just blows Innovator.
Oh,
Yeah, like
Heimer-
any Innovator comp just blows him up.
Oh, Heimer do be blowing Twitch up, but there are ways around Heimer. You just need
You
to
go off
have
the
your
side.
Twitch as far away from the Heimer as possible.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm kind of. One thing that I am looking forward to is if somebody in mid set plays the garbage Twitch reroll comp and goes.
Oh
I'm
no!
so looking forward to seeing that.
Oh, the
I
Ezreal
am
version?
So
When
looking
Kyun was
forward to somebody
spamming before
rerolling Ezreal and Camille and going bot 4, and I'm gonna laugh my ass off.
Okay, in all fairness, Camille 3 is not bad.
Camille 3 is not bad, but
Ezreal 3 is
Oh.
it's just
Big Dookie.
a 9 gold rock on your board, just dragging you down.
Big Dookie garbage. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Bird is playing that comp. Let's see. First one I see of it, 8th. Twitch 3, Camille 3, Ezreal 3, Warwick 3. Oh, that's crazy. What?
You know what
How did
the-
this happen?
okay.
Perfect synergies.
You know what the actual shittiest part of that comp is though? Is that you can't even fiddle your units in at 5. Your board
Yeah.
at 5
Oh, yeah,
is so fucking bad.
Dog shit. It's garbage.
Yeah, you're rerolling shit on bench. And like yeah, you just can't fit
Oh
anything.
my
It's such a
God.
bad comp. I don't know.
I just wish people would realize that if you're playing Twitch, you could play Chemtex and Sins with him instead of garbage Ezreal and Camille and this dumb Zillion unit.
Yeah.
Oh, but
God.
no. We're rerolling Ezreal just so we take 1 cost out of pool. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mhm.
you mean you're taking 1 cost out of the pool for the units that have 27 total copies? Is it 27 or 28?
It's
28.
29.
That's 29.
Nine? You're doing nothing. Oh my god.
Chatting hold quick.
Holding 1 cost per
Adding hold 1 cost.
10 per minute.
Like that's just gonna make any difference. It's like like we'll be rerolling like Ligma or something, and really any combat that has 1 cost, and then someone in chat's like check if contested. Like that guy had 2 Garens. You cannot hit Garen 3 this game. Like bitch, there's 29 Garens in the game. Like how am I getting 2 of them chill on that guy's board?
Yeah.
Speaking of Garen, fucking Ligma is still cracked.
Okay.
Hmm.
Kog'Maw is so fucking insane. That unit
It is kinda
is just it's gross. I've been playing a lot of like different Ligma boards, just in general recently. I played 1 game of 4 Twin Shot Ligma 2, and the unit, like it doesn't even sound like a 4 Twin Shot, right? It's like it sounds okay with it, but he doesn't really care about the base AD that much. And this unit was he was a 2-star unit, just destroying literally he like 2-shot Sion every round. It's fucking gross.
Yep.
Okay, let me tell you something that happened yesterday. I'm pretty sure Sox has a clip of it. So this was one of the games where I went second. I played 2 games in a row of Protector Cho'Gath.
Actually,
And so Sox was Innovators with Seraphine 3 Kog'Maw 2. And the Kog'Maw 2 did max damage.
What?
Yeah, that unit is.
Wait, what?
I mean, I did have, okay, to be fair, I had Warmogs, Protector, Spat, Cho'Gath with full stacks at 3 stars, so, you know.
Oh.
Yep. I actually think. I think this has been true for a long time. But Kog'Maw 2 is better than Jinx 2. Jinx 1 and almost every situation they got an Urgot board, and better than Jinx 2 and like any Scion mashup. If you don't have any items for them, I feel like because like it literally just melts everything with no synergy. It's fucking crazy how good this unit is. That might be capped as better than Jinx 2, but man, does it feel like it sometimes. Because the Cog just does so much fucking damage. I played a game like beginning of the week or something where I played Cog 2 on like it wasn't a Ligmon board. It was just like Cog 2. I think it was like 3 Mutant and Mutant was Void or something, and I was just destroying everyone and like all the way through like stage 6 even. I was beating the Ligmon reroll player with Ligmon 2 because I just had like Rageblade Shiv Hodge on these are like why he just destroys everything. He's such a good unit.
Mhm.
It's kind of cracked how good he is. I think Mutant will be played a lot this weekend, and like that sounds like I think Mutant's gonna be played a lot. Like no shit, but it's definitely gonna be played a lot. Mutant's so good right now.
Yeah.
Like all of the mutations too.
I feel like you've been saying a lot on stream also, like there's so many different ways to play Mutant that people just don't consider at all. So yeah. I think if anyone has a semblance of creativity, which depending on who you ask, this community either has a lot of or absolutely none of. So either way, I think we're gonna see a good chunk of Mutant this weekend, even if it's not a lot. I feel like just like standard AD bullshit, like that meta hasn't really gone away.
Yeah.
The other thing against AD, if people are leaning more towards channel, I'm gonna dump all of the tech. Actually, I'll just dump all. I don't care anymore.
It's Ramkev leaks the tech stream because like he's not in the set, so who cares?
When Socialite hacks his second to first row, you can also play list reroll. So if it's an AD heavy lobby, if people are playing Imperials or Yone or Urgot and you reroll list, it's a free first.
List 2 is so broken. Even List 2 is insane. That unit is so fucking broken.
That unit is popping. Just slamming Archangels on her, get some healing.
You know what the best part of the list?
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, right? You know what one of the best parts of the list is too? Is that you have an excuse to play Zyra a lot of times for like your entire mid game. That unit, like, if you have both lists and Zyra on your board, people just can't move. Like really, I think Zyra's gonna see a lot of play this weekend, just in general, because I guess by saying Zyra is gonna be played a lot, I have to say that I think Innovator is gonna be played a lot because it's just everywhere right now. And Zyra,
Shaco as well.
Yeah,
how has Shaco not been nerfed?
A shit ton of Shaco. Well, that unit,
how has that unit escaped nerfs? Huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand.
Any comp that lets you play Zyra
and killing all of your backline units for freezies.
Yeah.
Dude, there was oh my god, there was a lobby I hit yesterday where a Shaco 2 with BT Runan's bow. Just hit the third item was a bow. Just straight up.
BT Runan. Yeah, I mean you just need a Runans. That's literally the only thing you need. Everything else is just whatever. Icing on the cake.
That unit is disgusting. Honestly, there's an argument Shaco 2 is better than Shaco 3 because he doesn't get enforced, so you don't have to build QSS.
You don't have to build, but you can do 2 belt items on Braum as well. But yeah. Like there are a lot of situations where build making Shaco 3 will actually. So there's actually in Challenger series there's a situation where I was playing. This is the game I did like the Imperial pivot into Yone. If Setsuko didn't make Shaco 3, I'm pretty sure I lose the matchup. But because he made Shaco 3, I enforced it. I enforced Shaco and it didn't do anything the whole fight.
Shaco 3 weaker than Shaco 2. I can't.
It's just that unit does not need to be 3-starred, which is why he's so strong. And like he doesn't need to be 3-starred. You can play Zyra with him, which I shit you not. Zyra is Zyra. There's just so many Braum. Like the whole comp has so many broken fucking units. And
Darius.
No,
not those ones.
Unless you got a blue buff Morellos on TF for a bit.
Actually,
if you have like 5 or
for all, if you have that syndicate, you can also play TF reroll. More tech, don't play that if you don't have it, because TF is garbage and Darius is garbage. They both suck.
Okay, TF3 when you actively
reroll is so bad.
TF2 is a god. TF2 and TF3 are the same fucking unit.
Yeah, so I mean Darius 3 is also the same exact unit as Darius 2. Like, there's no reason to 3-star them.
Yeah, they're bad.
There's some, I feel like Caitlyn 3 is like that a lot too. Where like why like like it come late game, Caitlyn 2, Caitlyn 3 do the exact same shit.
Oh,
So-
I'm top 2 to Challenger lobby with Kaylin reroll though.
oh,
Like
Hmm?
Caitlyn reroll carry.
Shojin, Rageblade. I don't know if Solus is still in the chat, but Solus was watching that game. Uh,
not bad,
yeah.
not
You know, I
bad.
can see it.
QS, Rageblade, Shojin, 4 enforcers with Vi, Fiora, Jace. You get like probably throw in a sniper, so like Jin,
Yeah.
Oriana. It's not bad.
See, I
Oh,
think
so
the,
Enforce
I
it though.
think
That's
the main
that's real bad.
the main issue with Caitlyn 3 is that sometimes her bullet will hit a 2 health unit and just be completely fucking useless.
the other thing is that someone in chat said she one shots everything. She does not one shot everything.
See, I have seen
Caitlyn
Caitlyn 3 not one shot.
Yeah, she doesn't one shot a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff she doesn't one shot.
Yeah,
okay,
if
but
you
her
stick a
choke gap?
declaw on any unit, she's not one-shotting that ever.
No,
In
I've
fact, she
seen her
might
not-
not even kill it after 4 ults.
I've seen her not one shot like a Shaco too. From like
Okay, that's
across
a
the
little bit
map.
weird. That one's whack. That one's a little bit
Wait,
whack.
what?
I mean,
Wait, what?
also Shaco 2 with it's probably like 7 Syndicate, but it's just I don't
Okay,
know.
I at least did see
very
yesterday
underwhelming.
one shot of Mouse 3. So yay.
That's pretty cool.
That's wow, cool.
Speaking of Malzahar, I think
Yeah,
what we're gonna see a
Malzahar's-
lot of in this tournament is just like 3 costs in general. Not
Yes.
necessarily 3 cost
they're all
reroll,
really
but I think
strong.
Heimer, Malz, Shaco, Cho, who else? What are the 3 costs? I'm
Shaco.
curious if Samira will be
Shaco and
played at all.
Shaco and Shaco.
I haven't seen
No.
Samira ladder in
Look
at
Split.
Samira.
List.
I think Samira is still playable even without the Sins
Yeah,
bat,
she's-
although it's like as soon as you hit the Sins bat, she becomes infinitely better. But like
I
even
mean,
without
especially
that-
with 5 Imperial is still really, really strong.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it's so good
still
still.
busted synergy.
yeah. So
Yeah, a lot of 3 costs. I mean, 3 costs are just going to be so strong in general.
3 cost and Vagar. Vagar is
yeah.
basically a 3 cost because you need to get a bunch of 3 costs to get Vagar.
Pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I don't. Again, I'm not sure how much reroll because I think the thing is, like, let's take Heimer 2 for example. If you have Heimer 2 with blue buff, you don't even need an AP item a lot of the time, and you're playing 5 Innovator. You just have like a blue buff on Heimer 2, and then like some items on a Seraphine. You have Bear. You just kind of fuck everyone up. Like talking about Shaco. The thing about that comp is that Heimer will just often shit on Shaco if like the fight if Shaco's the same time as Heimer, so he'll just get to his 3rd thing and blow up a Shaco a lot of the time. But then the other side of that is that Zyra will just stun the whole backline and sometimes just kill everyone. Like it's such a weird matchup. Innovators and Shaco. Because there's the key players aren't even really like the Heimer and the Shaco. It's like the Zyra and the Seraphine. Yeah. All kinds of weird
Felt that
shit.
like the AP units in this set do deal really well with Sins though. Like the AP
Yeah.
carries have
Yeah.
a pretty easy job of like it's not like Jen, or like MF where well, I guess MF is also let's not count MF in there. She's
Yeah, she's her own little
MF is strange.
little problem. She's her own little bundle of issues.
But like, Heimer, Malzahar, even like Lux, they don't do that bad. Well, Lux, I think actually does the worst out of all of those 3
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
into the Sin matchup. But like Heimer and Malz can deal with it like just fine. I would say.
And low key, Victor with GA is super good because they just give enough mana that he ults and then dies, and then they all die. So yeah, I think that's one of the so I don't know how people feel about Jin, but I do not think highly of Jin
Oh
right
my
now
God,
because he
Jin
just
is
gets shit up by
So
everything.
bad.
Jin is so busted, dude. I hit Victor 3 and I lost to a Giant Slayer Jin, man.
Okay, well that I
crazy
mean
is that?
well
Yikes. Oh, wait.
What is that, dude?
Was it just Scion or what?
God, man.
That sounds
let me tell
like-
I'm pretty sure he got Scioned into one tap by Jin.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
I don't
well,
know. If that's
I
don't know if
also
it's a Jin
think Jin is
thing.
bad because I've been just spamming Sins and one tapping every Jin in existence. So
Jin, Merlin said Jin CC'd Victor to death.
Yeah. game, dude. He died of one Jin ult.
That sounds like a PD. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
I think there will be a lot of AD, and there are definitely a lot of people on ladder who like Jin right now. But I mean, I don't think he's like necessarily terrible, but I think he's not the best AD unit by like a landslide. Like I think
Yeah.
I don't know how people feel about Urgot right now, but I actually like Urgot a ton at the moment.
Oh, I think Urgot's still really
Urgot
good.
is-
I think
I think
Yone
single
Fiora
target
still-
Urgot feels mad good. Like
Yeah, I agree.
big
I agree.
good.
Big egregious. And then Yone is just, I mean, challengers are just Herther, kill your whole board, goodbye.
Fiora is nuts.
You get Knife's
Yone
Edge, you
is
top
nuts.
4.
I actually don't understand why the whole set everyone was like, "Oh, you need Runans to play Urgot." Like, why? Why do you need Runans? Why would you need Runans to play Urgot when you can just build a Last Whisper and just get through a tank? It's fine. Like, I feel like people thought the same thing about Jax in set 5. Like, you need a Runans. Oh, so he won't get stuck on someone. But like, have you considered positioning or like actually building him so he's not going to get stuck on someone?
I'll
I
tell
think
you the
take
tech.
Runans if you have Knife's Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
no,
like you always
I
want
don't
Runans
think
if you have
it's not that I
Knife's
think Runans is bad. I think Runans is super good.
It's just not. It's not necessary. Yeah,
it's not
I agree.
mandatory. It's not
I think
mandatory the way I think.
Whisper is a lot more necessary than Runans.
Oh, I think Last Whisper is his only mandatory item. I don't even think it's Runans. I think it's Last Whisper. And it's not remotely
Yeah.
close.
I'll tell you the tech. I'm playing it a lot recently. 6 twin shot is so 6 twin
yeah,
shot. You
yeah.
just block it. It's so fucking broken.
If you
It
can get a switch shot in, it's very nice.
It's
The only-
disgusting. Yeah.
It's like it's a trade-off though, right? And I was telling one of my viewers, or locked this, one of my viewers, is that you can play a lot of twin shots. You just have to realize that there's like 2 good twin shots, and one of
Yeah.
them is Fogma. So like, if you don't have the augment and you're playing like a Graves and you're playing that one unit Jinx, or like you have a GP on your board.
Okay, in all fairness, Graves isn't even garbage.
Graves
Yeah,
Graves
Graves
actually is good front line.
He's like
a lot of
okay.
times,
I
but,
mean, just
So
for a
like in the
random
late
start.
game, I have a Graves, they have a Scion. My Graves old Scion, and literally does nothing.
That sounds
know
like
what
a
I will
mean?
tell you though, I think 6 twin shot shits on Jin like beyond belief. Because the thing, like if you just stack lockets and you put like you just kill a Scion before he does anything. When you have that, like, even GP and Jinx, if you have lockets, I think the key to it is just stacking lockets. Like a
Yeah,
Scion
yeah,
lasts for 2 seconds and just fucking blows up. No one can play the game. And then if you ever hit like sharpshooter, the game's just over, pretty much. Yeah.
Also, has
Yeah.
anybody stacked Jinx recently? I know Solus in
No.
chat. he's
So
stacking it.
yeah,
Is it
Solus
any
probably.
good?
I
Is
put
it
a
any
warm
good?
ones and a trap claw on her today.
I tried out AP. I tried out AP Jinx when I couldn't get a Fiora.
Did it feel good?
I mean, it got me
Just
from
blow
an
everything
8th
up?
to a 5th.
We
which
take
is
those.
like
I take
not
those. Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
I honestly think end of the day, just the meta is going to be super diverse. I think there's so much playable shit, and also
I
it's
agree.
it's coming pretty early in a patch cycle that's at the end of the set. Like it's the end of the set. I hesitate to call the set balanced, but there is a lot of shit you can play. So
Better than Urgot Solus did. Oh,
I-
stacked Jinx. I could believe that though. I could definitely believe
Uh-huh.
that because I with the
I feel
recent
like-
buffs as well. I think she's definitely like not big dookie as she was.
Yeah, she's definitely. I don't know if I feel about her being better than Urgot, because I feel like I just imagine like an innovator fight where she jumps in front of a Heimerdinger and gets triple tapped and just insta dies.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, you just
something's
need a
happened every
GA
time.
on her probably.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean then I don't know.
Plus,
I
they
don't
buff Hodge. It's like some of the items that she can use quite well are like, in the mix now. Like your Rage Blade Hodge GA is like the.
yes,
If you could get those items on Jinx, probably not that bad.
I do think people
Or
sleep a
BP.
lot on 5 Chemtech right now, because the biggest thing is you get to play Lissandra. Like if you ever get offered Chemtech augment, your Urgot board like caps out so high because you get to play the Bruiser frontline, you get to play Lissandra, who just shits on fucking everything right now. I'll tell you, I was playing a game of Sins earlier, and this person had a Bramble with Sandra 1. I could not do a thing.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, List just fuck. So if you don't have QS into List and you're playing an AD comp, it's over. You can't win that matchup. You cannot win that matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you have like some kind of 3-star that kills her instantly.
Particularly with Knife's Edge. If you're playing on Knife's Edge, if like anyone in the lobby's playing on Knife's Edge, you put a List on your board. It's just a free matchup. Because everyone's gonna get they're gonna position right into the List every time.
Or
yeah,
like,
that's gonna be interesting.
Playing Twitch. I'm gonna say it again. Playing Twitch, you can play 5 Kempex. Twitch isn't gonna die instantly, unlike when you're playing Innovator board, if you don't have healing on the Twitch and you're like, oh no, why did my Twitch die? It's almost as if I'm not playing any defensive synergies. I'm playing these dog shit Innovator units.
I haven't played any Twitch reroll this patch. The reason I said it's bad is because I've played against Twitch reroll, and every single time I play against it, I just watch it get blown up instantly. So maybe it's just the PD. People aren't positioning their Twitch properly because
they're not positioning their Twitch properly, and they're not playing 10 packs with him.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's super specific. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be very, very immune innovator heavy in general, but I mean, like challengers are good, Urgot's good, Arcanists are good. They're like Ligma is good. Twitch reroll's good. Yeah, a lot of options.
And reroll, still like standard comps are still fine. So like,
yeah,
that's when I think the meta is like in a good spot, is when you don't have to say like it's like the reverse set 5, because in set 5 it was you play one way and you play one way. Sometimes the way that you have to play is different depending on the patch, but you only get to play one way. It's either you can only play reroll, or you can only play 4 costs, or you can only play like 3 costs. But
there's also like always sticking to your vertical. Like, you get Gragas 2-on-2-1, you're like, it's a karma game. It's a Riven game.
yeah. But like, when there are like multiple avenues, multiple ways to succeed, that's when it's like in a decent spot.
Yeah, we can go full circle to that to Sox playing that ant game. It's like a bunch of ants going all over different directions in their little colony.
Yeah,
that is a terrible analogy, but regardless, I wanted to go full circle regardless.
Sure. Do we want to get like official predictions of like who wins mid set though, and like who moves on to regionals? Because I'm
if you want. I mean, I feel like I don't know enough. I haven't
make some calls anyway. Call that you're winning the whole thing.
I can't make an educated decision about this.
Okay, apparently I'm the only one who can, because I'm the only
predict
one who actually
Solus goes 30
players.
seconds. He's in chat right now. He's listening to this. All right, Solus is going 30 seconds.
Fuck it, I predict Solus goes 33rd.
Fuck it, I predict Solus goes 50th.
Can't.
No,
I have no idea what people are gonna do. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's hard to say.
Okay, I'm down for Mort to get first, Kent to get second, third is Box, and fourth is Bebe.
Agreed.
Thoughts? That's my top 4. Mort, Kent, Box, Bebe. Actually, fuck it. No Box, Scarra, Bebe.
Scarra hit Challenger though.
I know.
Hey, wait, Scarra's higher LP than oh my god.
Big dub.
I am fucking washed. Oh god.
The Scar is popping off right now. He's actually in my chat the other day, and I was like, oh my god, Scar is in my chat. Whoa.
Holy shit. I wow. Okay. I'm retired. I'm never playing this game ever again. See ya. God.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. People could do really well or really poorly in a given weekend. Like, I know personally, I'm a person. Personally, I'm a person. My mindset changes how I play so drastically. If you look at my day 1 Zoncop versus my day 2 Zoncop, or I guess day 2 and day 3, like day 2, my mindset was like super fucking bad and I didn't play very well. And then day 2 or day 3, my mindset was really good and I played well. So that's why. Another reason why I'm not big on expectations, but that's a that's another story. Regardless, I think people can do really well or really poorly in a given day. So we'll see.
I will say, if anybody decides to 20 out of 20 Yordles in mid set and they make it to final day, I'll give them 20 subs.
Oh, sheesh! It's like a new bounty, only for the mid set players.
New bounty.
Oh, someone actually finished the bounty, by the way. Dr. Mr.
Oh,
Sir Future
snap.
Skirt in Twitch chat.
Wait,
yeah,
what? Who?
they got they got Spellblade, Arcanist Spat, Mutant Spat, Blue Buff Vi.
Okay.
On Synaptic Web. They sent me. They don't have a video though, which is why I haven't. They sent me a picture, but they don't have a video of it.
Madge.
But yeah, they got the nuts.
What was the placement?
I have no idea. Probably not very
Eight?
high.
Unfortunate. Oh,
You know what I realized? Yeah, is that when you have all those things on Vi, she doesn't really do much. Like when you have two spats on her, there's not a lot else going on.
Mm.
Yeah.
But if you have 8 Arcanists in with
True.
5 mutants.
Yeah, you just need okay. Yeah, I guess to really make the comp camp out, you need 2 of each spat at least.
8 Arcanists gives you a lot of AP. Do you really need more beyond an Arcanist spat?
True, and 5 mutant gives you a lot of extra damage too, just because how much you're casting.
Exactly.
True, it's fine.
And then
That's
if
fair,
you can
that's fair.
find an extra fawn to put a Jinx on your board,
True. Oh yeah, because you
I
need to
think
be
they're just not trying hard enough. Just not trying hard enough.
Yeah. Is there a variation when you get 2 prismatics and a gold? Because I think you need double mutant, double arcanist, and spell.
Wait, 2 prismatics and hold on.
I don't think that's a variation, right?
That is not a
If you have
variation.
two- yeah. If you have 2 prismatics, and then you have 3 prismatics. I
Yes.
think.
And I'm so glad that Vi is becoming Riven in 6.5.
She looks
It's a-
insane.
It's a big pog. I love playing Riven from Arcane, the hit Netflix TV series.
Bat chest. Arcane bat chest.
Okay. Oh my God.
I'm gonna miss this buy though. I swear this like 2 cost buy is the most fun unit in the game. But and it's not even fucking close. Like I wish more people played had reroll buy in their pocket because it can be so good if you're just high rolling out of your ass. Admittedly though, if you're high rolling Vi out of your
I
ass,
had
there's a good chance
a-
you probably could have just played like Mal or something instead. But
I was playing a Bodyguard Spat Gunblade Archangels Vi. That lady was doing work. Not even the blue buff. And I was debating keeping her on board. If I got Jinx, it would have been a big pog. But then I got a Tom Kench and I fed her to Tom Kench. So try it.
07. Cue the sad music. Cue the world's smallest violin. Yeah, she's pretty good. I think so as far as meta goes for this tournament, it's gonna be interesting. I really hope it's not just like Shaco Innovators Mutant.
Oh,
It might just be Shaco Innovators Mutant, but
I fully believe it will be.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
Yeah.
those are
I know,
strong ones, but Innovators. If you're playing Challengers, can get in the mix there for sure because Challengers take a big
Oh.
dump all over Innovate and Shaco. They have a decent matchup into Shaco as well, right?
Challengers
And
I think
in general have just been so good. So.
Yeah, the Shaco matchup is very 50-50. I feel like there are a lot of advantages for both sides. Right, like the Zyra into Innovators can be really good, but then like Heimer into Shaco can be really good.
Mhm.
So there's like a lot of like back and forth. I think that matchup is really interesting, but yeah, I think challengers are going to be. I know there's at least one player who one trick. I copy Keen one trick challengers in Song Cup if I'm not mistaken, because I was in their lobby day
Copy Keen.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like if you do hit a beefy challenger board, that shit is just not a beefy as in like you just have items on
Like upgraded.
Yone and Fiora. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they just kill everything before you can blink. I think there's nothing more sad than watching Jin exist in like a challenger matchup where he's like, oh fuck yeah, I'm spawning in, but I pull out my sniper rifle and kill everyone, and he blinks and then his whole board's dead, and you're like, huh? Like
That's
he's like
Yeah.
this.
when you tech in Lissandra though. If you can tech in a
Yeah.
Lissandra, then you can win.
True.
If you- unless they have QS and then you
Yeah,
leave.
QS QS not Vi. QS Yone can be a monster in that spot.
Oh, QS Yone, man. What a
Fucking
unit.
Frodan.
Yeah.
TFT is supposed to resemble League, so Jin whipping 4 times seems quite accurate.
It is that like by the time Jin gets to play the game in that matchup, the fight's over. Like we've all packed up and gone home by the time Jin pulls out his gun. It's so bad. I don't know. Yeah. Any challenger on
I'm-
4-2.
I'm just more excited to see who fucking performs. Like I'm as much as I care about like TFT and watching some TFT, what gets played, I don't know if I could give less of a shit about. I just care about who plays well and the storylines from that. So
There you go.
it's gonna be interesting building those into 6.5, I think, because also like once we hit 6.5, all the tournament pools are gonna be more limited. Like Innovation Cup is, or Innovator Cup is 32, or no, it's Innovation. That's only 32. It's not like an open bracket.
Mhm.
And then we have Challenger Series, and then we have 24 regionals. Like it's the fields are gonna start slimming down. We're not seeing this giant open bracket pool anymore. So from here on out, it's just gonna be good fucking teamfight tactics. So that's gonna be fucking cool. And I think Innovation Cup, I want to say it is for it. Let me double check the invited field because it's 4 from mid set, and then what the fuck else? Why am I blanking on who else?
For
4 from
Innovation
mid.
Cup?
It's 4 from mid set, and then top 28 from ladder. That's nuts.
Sheesh.
That's
yeah.
stacked as
That's no
fuck.
qualifier points to get into that. That
Yeah.
seems wrong. Not that qualifier points don't get you into that. That's rough.
Oh yeah, true, but like, it is what it
Huh.
is.
Wait, top 28 on ladder?
Yeah.
Oh, fits through 8th in mid set plus top 28 on ladder is in the Innovation Cup field.
That's wild. I'm surprised you didn't have. The thing is that there are probably gonna be a lot of players that have a lot of qualifier points that aren't going to be in the top 28 on ladder or like be top 4 from mid set that are going to get completely fucked over by that format. That's interesting to have because the format's been so tournament heavy for the entire set, right? It's been tournament focused, but that is like because this is the cup that gives the most points as well.
The qualification for regionals has been so tournament heavy, but I mean the qualification for all the tournaments has just been straight up ladder, which I don't even like ladder or a couple spots from previous tourneys. In all fairness, there are a couple spots from mid set going into Innovation. So it's not like you literally have to be top 32 on ladder, but also considering like what the set comes out. When the fuck does the set come out? On the 15th, and the tournament is on March 4th, and you basically have the first patch. You do have 2 weeks. It's not like you have 1 week. And that's it.
Oh, greater than 1 week? Weird. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Better than the last 2 instances at the beginning of the set.
You have a full 2 weeks to get to top 28. It's not like 1 week to hit top 2. No. Let's never have that ever again. Thank you very much. But 2 weeks to hit top 28 is reasonable.
I still think it's weird though. Like, there are people who like top qualifier points now that probably won't get to that, and then will maybe not necessarily, but and then they'll like fall behind points wise like a lot compared to other players, right? That like the ladder.
And Innovation Cup is also a lot of qualifier points. Like
it's like a ton, right?
The first gets 50 points.
Holy shit!
And
hey, that's like as much as the top people have right now.
Sheesh. And the
it seems weird though.
But in all fairness, that is just pure first place. It's not like you have 4 lobby winners that are all getting the same number of points. It's gonna be it's gonna be weird. I don't know. First auto qualifies. First auto qualifies. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So
just an interesting format to. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Oh, top 4 auto quals. Thanks, Natures. Nature's coming through with the
info.
The info in the chat. Oh yeah, top 4 does auto qual. I see now. Yes.
Yeah. So after mid set, we have a big lull essentially.
Yeah.
While we wait for Innovation Cup startup. So there it is. We are gonna start wrapping up. We have a question from Frodan in chat who said this is for Kevin and I, and he asked,
I'm
"What
not
do you think
saying
makes a good TFT caster and why?" Um, I haven't put too much thought into this myself, but I mean, just off the cuff, like, I mean, I think knowledgeable of the game. I think I definitely don't like when people say like good hair is important. Agree. Ramblin just said good hair is important in the chat. I totally agree with that. I don't like it when casters are like that is objectively wrong or that is objectively right or anything like that because I think there's very few spots and or like some like caster will be like that is wrong in that spot, but a lot of that's based on personal opinion and like I guess that's something I don't like. That's not something that I think makes a good caster though. I guess not doing that makes a good caster in my mind, but people who can like make it really interesting and bring a lot of like conversation about the decisions without saying like this decision was super good or super bad because I think it's hard to look in the moment at a decision and say like that was super good or that was super bad. But I haven't thought about it too much. I don't know if you've thought about it anymore, Kevin.
I have not, like, ever.
Careful what you fucking say.
But I will say this. I think any caster that is willing to legalize the use of pants grab on the official broadcast is a fantastic caster in my book.
I cannot confirm nor deny whether
PG
I
spot
am
for life.
for the usage of pants grab on stream on live broadcast.
PG
I'm
spot for
gonna
life, baby.
yeah. I'm gonna refine mine a bit and say I like it when casters don't say something is outright good or bad necessarily and just say like I can say something is I guess good, but I think it's hard to call anything bad like off rip when you see it. I like it when
Yeah.
they instead of bringing attention to like whether something was good or bad and like a vacuum or whatever, they focus on like the decision and how the decision and like why they would have made it, what it's gonna affect, and focus on that rather than saying like this is good or bad. So
I'll
that's
say I think that mentality, like, I think there are extremely rare situations where we should be able to call out a play as straight up bad. See,
yeah, and there's always
Kian
an
2 out of
exception
3
to
mercs. I think that mentality of
that is subjectively wrong. Yeah.
most of us have the mentality of we don't want to like just call something straight up objectively bad because that really isn't what we're there for, and also like that's almost never correct. That is objectively the wrong decision. But that can kind of limit us a little bit because if we see just it should be obvious garbage play like 2 out of 3 mercs from Kiyun, like we should be able to call it out, and that's if I have like a quote unquote critique of that cast, like of how the official broadcast called that Kiyun play, they weren't really willing to say this is straight up bad. They were like trying to reason with it. And honestly,
Sometimes you gotta call it.
You just gotta-
100%.
you gotta
I
call
think,
it shit
yeah.
out.
I think calling out a mistake is okay, but it has to be like not just a mistake in the person's mind. Not that like not that I'm saying that like casters do that a lot or anything, right? Because I mean, I don't think they do, and I don't think like no one comes to mind that just like this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, or whatever.
Oh, for sure. It's also super rare a play happens that it even warrants calling out as they fucked up. It's basically just like that Kiyun play.
Yeah,
and also 7+2 back in set 4. Yeah, it's so that they. Aside from that, no, I fully agree. Like, we should not be calling things out as like objectively bad. I will say, just for my mentality, I really like calling out good small decisions because I think that like placing emphasis on a player's decision making and it working out and them actively making that decision and it being a good decision puts emphasis on individual skill expression. Like that's what part of some of the things I was trying to do in Zon Cup was I mean, like you could do like, oh, this is how the fight looked and like, oh, this is what happened, or you could place emphasis on like the example that comes to mind. I called out like a very small thing about Goobum's Heimer positioning and like clumping or something, and him actively making that decision led to him winning the fight. Placing emphasis on a good decision, like good small things like that, that's really emphasize player skill is that's good for any esports or any esport. Making it clear, especially in a game like TFT where it can look like just a fucking RNG fest. Making sure that that people watching the broadcast know this is a skillful thing this player just did. This player just did something that's cracked out of its mind. And it introduces a little bit more of that this game has skill involved in it, and that creates players to root for. Like, oh, this player is really good. This player can make these skillful plays. Let's root for them. Increase just basically improve the perception of TFT play at the top level.
Yeah, I think what I want to say is that I think it's less like caster thing for me, and more like when just people talking about TFT in general thing is that I think it's hard to look at anything and say like that is objectively bad without like why they did it and like the thought process behind it and yeah, just in general, so that kind of thing. But I think calling out the good stuff is really good. I think I think this is a big thing for streamers as well, is that when someone in chat is like, well, why don't you do this chatting? And then you give them like 8, like they say, why don't you do this because of this reason, right? And you give 8 reasons why you did that or something, why you didn't do that. And you know, so it's like, I think it's hard to call it a play as being bad without giving it, because like there's a good chance, and this is not just casters, just in general, that someone is not going to have give as much thought as the person actually playing the game to that spot, right, in the moment. So, but yeah, I think calling out good stuff is really good. It's good to show that, like, it is a skillful game, right? So,
yeah. Actually, one from Gashi I saw earlier that I want to answer. Who is the underdog pick from all of us?
More dog.
More dog. Skara.
Yep.
Skara.
Oh, true. Yeah, sorry, Skara. Honestly, though, maybe Bebe.
Bebe got a popping off.
Seriously,
Bebe's not an underdog. My bad.
True,
man,
true,
Pokimane maybe. Pokimane plays TFT.
Yes, actually, Tyler. My big pick is Tyler 1.
Wait, is T1 playing TFT?
I thought T1 playing some TFT.
Oh, shit. Okay. What we do, we change mid-set format to doubles. We team up Pokimane and T1, and Pokimane T1 is the underdog.
True.
That's the timeline.
It could be called Team Pants Grab.
Yeah.
No, actually, that was mine and Jack's team name before we had to change it.
Yeah. Pog. What about you, Drachi? Bruno can't is listening. Drachi is out of strong screen.
Hold on. I did okay.
Actually, fucking down for a trios mode where it's Mortdog, Pokimane, and T1. I want to vote for all 3.
I'm good. For real. Hold on, let me look at this list again.
I don't know. Okay, if we're being serious though, I don't know if he's like actually counted as an underdog, but I can see Kurum popping off. We haven't really talked about him.
Yeah,
much.
I feel like Kurum hasn't really made a big splash this set in tourney the way he did in like set 4-5.
Yeah, he's doing so on ladder right now though.
Yeah,
I can see him doing super well, and he also just always. No, he pulls it out when he needs to. Pants. I shouldn't say pulls it out when he needs to. But
oh my god!
Yeah,
pulls it out when he needs to.
Yes,
he whips that shit out when he needs to.
Someone in chat brought up Pickle, and I actually really think Pickle can pop the fuck off. Like, he played decently in the set 5 tourneys he was in. He popped off at Piltover and Zon. So I think in this field where it's not like completely utterly stacked, that Pickle can definitely put on a really good fucking performance for sure.
Yeah, I mean he's always on some crazy tech. So his tech in Salon Cups he played Swain every game, right? But that I guess wasn't a crazy tech at that point because people kind of knew about it. But man did it better than everyone else apparently because he just Swained his way to a yeah. He can do some crazy shit when he wants to. Pickle and Kurum I can see being great underdog picks. Looking at the list. Okay. I'm gonna say Inigo as my underdog pick though.
I've been
Eniko is so fucking good.
Yeah. I've been waiting for Eniko to pop off. Seriously, it's gonna happen at some point. It's kind of inevitable. He pops off in Attorney. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think he's really good. I think he lets his mental get in the way sometimes, but if he can really sort that out, he's just gonna be like instant top player.
I think Kurum is the same way, and that
Yeah.
does kind of hold them back a little. But when they are popping off and the mental like isn't necessarily getting in the way, they can pop the fuck.
Yeah, they're both amazing players, and they don't let the mental block get to them.
Yeah.
Even when they let the mental block get to them, they're still really good. But it definitely it's a mental block. It's a roadblock for them, right? So it'd be a good ass tournament this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Low key kind of down and get out tomorrow and just watch the rest of the week.
Dude, not casting, but at least like co-streaming is gonna be a lot of fun. Just like watching.
Yeah.
I think last question, then we can probably end. From Locke, how would you recommend more casual players who want to do competitive TFT or competitive tournaments start?
Enter third-party events. There's so many right now. Aegis does weeklies.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch. Like if you look at the TFT competitive TFT subreddit, there's like always a weekly up there somewhere. And if you just enter those every week and practice, they're so good.
That's
And
how
also,
I got started. Like back in like set 3 with like Elite and CCL when they were doing weeklies. I did a bunch of those. Kind of like got into competitive mentality for that. Like find the small weekly tournament, even if it's not like a high prize pool or anything. Nor shouting out the TFT Discord does one for eggs every week. Like even if you want to just do that, like just play weeklies.
Wait,
And
do
get your
those
stuff
eggs
there.
give you Firecracker Jinx?
Oh, I got Firecracker Jinx today. I bought 2 of those little firecrackers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you should watch the VOD, Kevin, because it looked a little weird, but it was definitely Firecracker Jinx on the screen.
How much on
Oh,
average?
Kevin about to enter an official TFT Discord tourney just for an egg.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's
thinking
not a bad
about
idea,
ways
though.
that I can get this Firecracker Jinx.
It's like free gems every week for the gacha.
Ooh, this is sounding kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? Enticing.
Sussy.
Fuck it, someone link the TFT Discord. Also, I'm on the coach list in the TFT Discord now. So
Wait, what if we Pog? What if we all just enter one of these weeklies and fight for the eggs?
I'm down.
Wait, I'm down as long as I can get Jinx from this egg. I can't, right? If I can't, then I'm out. I'm done.
So sad you couldn't.
Mateo said that you can't get Jinx from the egg. So honestly,
I think he's confirming that that I did get Firecracker Jinx today.
Oh, okay.
Which I definitely did. Anyone that is questioning, watch the VOD. It's in the VOD somewhere between games. I definitely 100%. It was Firecracker Jinx on my screen. 100%.
But also like just join the TFT Discord. It's a chill time. I think I have a couple more in my free coaching session quota before I can start advertising premium coaching. So if you want free coaching from me, I can't guarantee you get it, but if you sign up for a free coaching request, there's a chance you get a coaching session from me for free. So, oh god. Excuse me. I'm good, but yeah, self promotion of the TFT Discord.
On that note, I think we can wrap it up. Self promotion TFT Discord. Check out Jirachi coaching. Check out if you're on YouTube, you're on YouTube. Check out our Spotify, YouTube. Make sure to sub.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Fuck it, all of the above on Spotify.
Yeah.
Too. Subscribe on
Go out there and play Innovator Twitch. By the way.
Yeah, don't reroll Camille, Ezreal's.
Go do it. It's fun.
Yeah. Looking at you, mid-set players. Everyone just force every game and get all the free eggs for winning mid-set.
Self promo. I'm co-streaming mid-set this weekend too. So.
Evo collab. You can find Jirachi at Jirachi TFT on Twitch.tv, the streaming gaming platform.
Evo collab.
I found out this week that .tv stands for Tuvalu and not television.
Oh wait, what?
Oh.
because .tv is the domain name of Tuvalu.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. It's some island or something nation.
Well, there you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's Twitch.tuvalu, not Twitch.television. So find
Wait,
me
so what
on
does .com stand for?
.com. I think is just generic.
Oh.
Don't come put these
.net?
nuts in your mouth.
Come
I-
put
a
these
few-
nuts.
A few of them are generic, but like .us or like .ca are like there are country specific ones, and .tv is the Tuvalu specific one. And apparently, a good chunk of their commerce is off .tv domain names.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well,
so
there you
find me
go.
on twitch.tuvalu/JirachiTFT.
You heard it here first, everyone. Thank you so much for listening and watching, whatever you've been doing. I'm Spicy Appies, joined by Jirachi and Ramkev, and we'll see you next time. Big kiss of me all around.
People clap.
Mwah.